In a small, quiet town, Thanksgiving wasn't a big celebration. People remembered the dark past. Long ago, in the 1800s, a terrible snowstorm hit on Thanksgiving night, trapping a family in their farmhouse. With no food, no way to escape, the family disappeared. Townsfolk said they heard a strange scream that night, but when morning came, nothing was left but snow and silence. The old farmhouse still stands, untouched and empty. Each Thanksgiving, locals say they hear strange noises from inside, so they keep their distance. Jenny and her friends were curious. They thought that ghost stories were just stories. On Thanksgiving night, they decided to explore an old farmhouse to prove there was nothing scary about it. The house looked dark and abandoned. Its broken windows watched them as they walked to it. The air felt colder as they stepped inside, almost like the house itself was waiting. Inside, they found dusty rooms and old furniture. The dining room still had a table, set with dull silverware and old plates, as if it were waiting for dinner. Jenny felt uneasy, like they were disturbing something that was better left alone. Then the door slammed right in front of them, locking them in. The temperature dropped even lower, and they could see their breath in the air. One of Jenny's friends made a nervous joke about inviting the family back for Thanksgiving, but no one laughed. Suddenly, they heard scraping around the walls, followed by a soft, desperate whisper. They couldn't make out what it was saying, but it sounded like someone was begging. Then, they noticed something that made their stomachs turn. The table was now covered in food. There were roasts, pies, and other dishes, all steaming as they've just been cooked. But the food looked strange, the meat too pale, the vegetables a weird grayish color, and the smell was awful, a mix of sweetness and rot. Just then, shadowy figures started to appear outside the windows, pressing against the glass with empty eyes and wide open mouths. One by one, these ghostly figures moved through the walls, staring silently at Jenny and her friends. It was the family from long ago, with cold, bony hands reaching out to them. They whispered in voices like a cold breeze, "You took our place, now join the feast." The next day, when people came looking, they didn't find the group, but the old table was set again, with fresh fruit on each plate, as if Thanksgiving feast had just been served. And around the table, there were 5 chairs with people sitting in them, frozen in place with terrified faces. Since then, no one dares to go near the farmhouse on Thanksgiving night. People say that each year, another chair appears at the table, waiting for the next person, brave or foolish, enough to take the seat at the Thanksgiving feast.